competitors are dominating online because they've mastered this one thing. The reality is today's marketplace is digital first. And while some businesses are stuck following outdated playbooks or basic strategies, your competitors are figuring out how to thrive online by building brands that do more than just show up. They dominate. Think about brands like Maison Kitsune or Allbirds. They didn't just become lifestyle powerhouses by chance. They craft digital identities that make their products feel bigger than they are. They don't just sell shoes or clothes, they sell a culture. So if your digital strategy feels meh, or if your audience isn't sticking around, here's how to fix it. If someone lands on your website and it feels like it was built in 2015, or worse, if your social media looks like an afterthought, they're out. Look at brands like Paragraph. Their user journey is seamless. From the moment you land on their site to the first email you receive, every touch point feels modern, intentional, and cohesive. So audit your digital interactions, your website, your emails, your social. Ask yourself, does this feel like one brand, one voice? If the answer is no, then it's time to tighten things up. Digital isn't about pushing products anymore. It's about pulling people in with stories. Make the Label does this incredibly well. They don't just sell eco-friendly basics, they invite you to a world where a purchase feels like activism. Consumers today are asking, why should I care? And if your brand doesn't have an answer, they're moving on to one that does. Create content that makes people care before you ask them to buy. Data isn't just for performance reports. It's your secret weapon to creating hyper-relevant experiences. Take Kuyana, for example. They've used customer insights to identify their customers' growing interest in fewer, better things and crafted campaigns that spoke directly to that mindset. Dive into the analytics, not just numbers, but the stories they tell. What's resonating? Where are people dropping off? Use this information to fine-tune your digital strategy. Relying entirely on social media is risky. Algorithms change, platforms shift, and suddenly you're at their mercy. Try to own the data, try to own the platforms. If it's an app, if it's an email list, if it's your blog, start thinking on how to bring your audience closer. Whether it's through a newsletter, a private community, or an interactive app. Build spaces where you control the narrative and the experience.